Hey, Ty Brady here with Brady Insurance Marketing in the Ty Brady Way, one of the nation's largest field marketing organizations that helps independent agents achieve a 6- and 7-figure income with the systems and strategies that I'm going to talk about with you today.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ty Brady Way. You know, I had to convince you to come on the show, right?
You did.
You were like, what do I got to offer, right?
Yeah.
You know, a couple things. I want to tell the story about, you know, we kind of grew up by each other, same neighborhood. I think your brother's the same age as me. And my mom, back when I started recruiting agents, she talked to you and you said, hey, you know what, that's not for me, right? And then circle, you said 10 years?
10 years later.
10 years, one of my managers found you and then you got in the insurance industry.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your background and how you got to where you're at today and where you want to, we'll go from there. So tell us a little about yourself.
So my parents grew up, my dad was an engineer working and such, but they always did things on the side. They were with Amway, then they were with Primerica, and the only thing I really knew was they were gone a lot at night and on the weekends. And they never achieved what they wanted to. So when your mom said, hey, my son is doing this insurance thing, that's where my mind went. I just got home from a mission.
Yeah.
I was in college and I said, no, thank you.
You're like, I've seen that, done that, heard that. Wow.
So I finished college. I did my degree in landscape design and I moved to Arizona because I wanted to have my own business, be my own boss, and not do snow removal. And that lasted maybe 4 years.
Okay.
I didn't have the knowledge, experience, and I just stressed the entire time. And because of health issues, I decided to end that. And we came back to Utah. I decided to get my license, but then did nothing with it until I met John Salambini, your manager.
Yeah.
And he helped our family with insurance. And I thought, I'm licensed. Maybe I could do this too. And
do you remember why you got licensed? Do you remember you were like, I mean, no, I don't think anybody grows up and says, hey, I want to get in the insurance business and I want to get an insurance license. Usually they're like, you know, I want to be a firefighter, police officer. So what inspired you to get insurance license on your own? Not even an opportunity, right?
Yeah. So my mom was still with WFG, World Financial Group.
Oh, okay.
She kept saying, I just need one more agent to sign up under me. Then I reached that next level. And I thought, I really want to help her.
Yeah.
And so that's all I did. I had no intention in continuing in it. I thought, if it'll help my mom, I could spend a couple $100 to do it. And so that's literally what I did to help her reach that next level. But decided I didn't like their practices, so I'm not going to pursue it.
So that was a motivation factor on why you got licensed. And then you run into John. He helps your family with insurance. You know, for some reason, either you told me I forgot about the landscaping business and you ran that for a while. So are you a landscape architect?
No.
Or you got the degree and you could go and test for the landscape architect?
No, I did different. I did design, which is more residential only and more plant focused.
Oh, okay.
So.
And then you just realized your health couldn't keep up, or?
So we didn't have health insurance.
Okay.
Through that, being a small business owner, I didn't understand the marketplace, what was available. And just through the years, I was not sleeping. I was not eating. I looked like a skeleton. I was around 130 pounds, starting to have health issues, and it was all from the stress. The biggest part was I was worried what would happen if I got hurt, if my family, because we didn't have the insurance.
Yeah.
And so when we came back to Utah, I got a job, but we didn't have health insurance. And I got contacted with John and learned about the marketplace and thought I could have had this for my family the entire time, but I didn't know. And at that time I had my license and I thought I can move into this too. My whole desire, I've always wanted to do something to help people.
Sure.
The landscaping, part of why I wasn't successful was I had a lot of elderly clients and I knew they're on tight budgets, so I didn't charge what I needed to. I was charging really low, but I was providing that service and helping them, and that's what I liked.
The beauty about insurance, and we talked about this quite a bit, is that insurance agents don't cost money. And that's a big misconception is I think people are afraid to contact an insurance agent because it's going to cost money. And our commission, well, we do get paid, but it's built into the product, but it doesn't cost the member any money. And what you sell and I sell is the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, who do you like and trust? Who do you want to do business with? Who's going to answer their phone when you call? That's what it's about. And I talk a lot about, I don't know of another industry out there where you can make this kind of money and serve. I mean, if there is, tell me about it.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's why I do what I do, because I can serve and do those things. So you've been in it for a few years. Would you say part-time, full-time?
Part-time,
Part-time?
definitely part-time.
Want to take it full-time?
I want to, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think anybody that I've interviewed, especially in the insurance background, it's usually 3 to 5 years, you know, and then they finally get grasp or they've got a client base and so on, and keep that momentum keeps going. So anything you'd like to share with somebody that may be starting in the business or is in kind of in a similar situation with you?
Yeah. When I first started, I felt bad that I was earning money helping people. And they would ask me about that. Well, how do you get paid? If I don't pay you, how and such? And now I've gotten over that. I'm upfront and honest.
Yeah.
And I tell them, this is about how much I will make if I help you. You could go do it on your own on the internet and you'll end up paying the same price. But you just won't have someone you can reach back out to personally and contact after that.
Yeah.
And so there's opportunity. And it is, I'm not greedy because I don't make the price. I get paid for helping you, and that's it.
I say the law of abundance, right? As the water in the ocean rises, all the ships rises together, and everybody needs health insurance. I mean, everybody does. Yeah. They need it, whether they get it or not, it's a different story. And a lot of those, if they take the time to reach out to somebody, I recently helped the lady that does my feet. And she was all ecstatic because she's like, I just paid a $7,000 bill taking her daughter to the emergency room. And she's like, I had no idea that this was even available. And it's crazy to think that they don't even know it's available.
Yeah.
And her premium was minimal because she doesn't make a bunch of money. And she was overjoyed.
Yeah. Yesterday, I had a meeting with a Medicare client, potential. They're getting offered something through his work when he retires, but he's trying to compare. And we came out of that meeting of he has a lot of more questions. His work might be the better option.
Sure.
And he apologized for, he thought, wasting my time. I said, no, I'm here to help. Whether I help you sign up or not, my end goal is just to help you and make sure you get the best for you.
I think a lot of people miss that point is that you may not be able to help that person. However, who do they know that you can help? And you know what? They remember that. It isn't all about, I need to make this sell today at all cost. I don't care what the other programs are. It's an education process. And I know that when I do that, I can lay my head down on my pillow at night and sleep well. Yeah. And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And you just keep going.
Yeah. And it only took an hour of my time.
Yeah.
It's not like I spent weeks working with them or that. So.
And they'll evaluate it and make an educated decision, and their decision will be the right decision. People say, well, what's the right product for somebody? The one that the consumer chooses. Because I know that people will spend their last dollar to stay alive one more day. And people won't give it up if they have access to it, if they know about it, if they reach out to folks, right?
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself taking this in the next 5 years, 10 years?
That it is all I do. I don't currently have a desire to have a big agency. A lot of people, I want to get it to where it is providing more than enough for me and my family. So then we can have the availability to spend time together.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So I want to hit that magical, I would love to get to 500 clients.
Yeah.
That's my goal in the next 10 years. And then be able to just maintain them and spend time with my family.
That's the beauty of what we do is that free time. You know, we work really hard to buy back our time. and we sacrificed a lot in the beginning. You're working 2 jobs, right? I worked 2 jobs in the beginning, but those sacrifices propelled you to do bigger and better things. And then any last minute advice?
Just keep trying. I am nowhere near where I would like to be at this point. It's been 4 years since doing it. I'm trying different things. Sometimes one marketing thing has worked. Other times it hasn't, but just keep moving forward.
Yeah, we talked about that on the last podcast I did. Is, a lot of people, the difference between someone who's failed and successful is that we fall forward, right? And we keep getting back up. You keep getting back up. The opportunity's there.
Yeah.
And we also talk about the more hands you shake, the more money you make. That's the reality of it. You want to make more money, you got to shake more hands, which means you've got to get in front of people. How do you get in front of people? You try different marketing strategies. Because what worked 10 years ago is not what's working today. And some of those, it's a little bit of, you got to do everything. You got to do everything. You got to throw it out there, and you'll find out what works for you and what's best for you. Well, thanks for being on the show. And always share, like, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Ty Brady Way. As always, share, like, and subscribe. Go to Instagram at ty.r.brady. And as always, love hearing from you. And let me know what you want to learn on the show or what you'd like me to bring up on the show. Thanks.
You can find the Ty Brady Way on Instagram as well as Facebook. To stay connected with giveaways and Ty himself, go ahead and follow at ty.r.brady on Instagram as well as Facebook. This podcast was recorded, edited, and produced by Whitney Face Media Marketing. And the theme music is an excerpt from Hot Chicken of the Woods by Isaac Joel.